Welcome to the 3BWaxing show. Today's topic is what is not in the 3BWaxing exfoliating pads. Because we've been talking about ingredients, and yesterday I recapped the article from the new law that's passed in California about banning 24 ingredients in California in cosmetic products. So today we're just going to continue that, recap and all that. I'm going to close my window and then we will get started. Hey, Yuli does it. How are you? Okay. I wanted to shut the window so you guys didn't hear any noise. Midday. So, yeah. We're recapping today from what we talked about a little bit yesterday with the ingredients, and then you said I've been good to hear. I'm glad. Then we're going to go into what is not in the pads. So yesterday the topic was about the 24 ingredients that were banned in California, and I have the article here. Well, yesterday I read off the actual law from their website, from California's website. But I also read from this article called the National Law Review. And we just went over the different things of, I'm going to recap today, but the reason why this whole thing is important is because a lot of the ingredients that they're banning and that have been okay in cosmetics in the US are products that cause cancer, reproductive harm, birth defects, and then endocrine disruption. So this is why this whole topic is important, and I have always stressed the importance of looking at ingredients. That's how I started the lab. But I think now that California is actually banning it, then, it's going to get other states to start getting on top of banning it and being clear about what's going on. Because like I mentioned yesterday, the European Union is a lot of ingredients are banned there that are okay in the US. Hey Kaya, welcome to the 3BWaxing show. Good to see you, girl. So yeah, that's the importance of all this. So today we're going to do a recap of this. Then I'm going to talk about the ingredients that are not in the pads. And this will help you, start being more aware of ingredients. And then for those of you who are estheticians, you probably already know a lot of the stuff, and if you don't, it's still helpful to know. And then if you're not in California, these laws will probably start coming to California, out of California. So that's what we got. That's what we talking about today. Announcements. First announcement I have for you is that 3BWaxing officially sold pads and shipped them to Amsterdam. So I'm now sending pads to the Netherlands, which is exciting. So we have the US, the UK, Canada, the UAE, and the Netherlands. So thank you guys for your support in growing 3BWaxing, coming to the show, ordering products, having services from me. Thank you. It is a blessing to be able to do what I love and get paid for it and build a brand. I'm very excited and I'm just thankful. So thank you. Second announcement is the fruit enzyme pads are still in stock. They are right here. I am going to do a, what's it called? What did she say? Yes. I am going to do I should have done a side note. I should have just done a live where I took a shot, or everybody took a shot, like, oh, hey, bring your drink, da-da-da-da. We'll celebrate something bigger for the waxing when we do that. Oh, I was thinking about doing a show about why I don't promote the fruit enzyme pads as much as I do the acne and ingrown. And I'm thinking about doing a whole show for it, but the main reason is because when I started serving my clients who had ingrowns really bad, dark spots, those kind of things. And so I was looking for something really strong. Then I realized like people wanted chemical exfoliants that were, strong, but not as strong with salicylic acid and in the form of pads. So that's the fruit enzyme. So it's not like they're worse or anything or not as great. It's just that a lot of my clientele is from waxing. And a lot of my clientele suffer with the same problems I did with, really bad boils, coarse hair, where the hair is breaking through the skin, not breaking through the skin, and stuff like that, where they need salicylic acid as well, and lactic and glycolic. And so that's why I promote it the most. So you'll see it on my page. I talk about the acne ingrown pads all the time. But the fruit enzyme pads are the bomb too. You can actually use them as toner pads. I have a few clients who do that. But yeah, so I am going to do a live about that. But they're in stock. The other announcement I have before we get started is I do have an esthetician client who created her own product during this pandemic. So we've been working together. She did my 10 steps to starting your own product line class, the video class I have, and then we did weekly Pick My Brain calls. And I am so proud of her. Like, I'm just really proud of her. And it's like a soap, but it's a bar soap, but it has all these ingredients in it that are good for hyperpigmentation. And I am so happy about it, and they are so pretty. I haven't posted it yet. I am going to order from her and then highlight them on the show eventually. But a reason for saying this is, one, I'm super proud of her. Two, you can do it. There is no excuse. I do help estheticians start their own private label product line, but I also help estheticians start their own product from scratch. So she did it, and I'm happy, and I'm proud of her, and they look really good. Like, they look, well, I sent it to my mom, and I don't remember what she said, but I was just like, oh my gosh, these look so good. So I'm going to post it eventually. I may post it when I get them. I don't know. I haven't ordered yet. She's still working on shipping. But yeah, so you can do it, definitely. This whole year, I shut down the Attract Clients mini course because I really wanted to focus on helping estheticians start their own product line, because when the pandemic hit, a lot of estheticians, and I know this because I talked to you guys, were saying that, I didn't have anything. I wasn't able to sell anything, or I was like, I need to get my products, or and they were kind of scrambling because you didn't have anything coming in. And I was like, okay, well, I really want to focus on that. And I have been saying this even before, the pandemic, but I really wanted to focus on it a lot. And my thing is, even if you are like, what, it's just not for me to have my own product line, it's too much, my own products or whatever, you definitely need to be retailing some other products. So I gave the idea of doing Skin Script and PCA, and even just Skin Script. I retail Skin Script, but that way you can have something for your clients to continue their in-salon services, as well as if you're not in the salon, you can serve them some type of way. So those are the announcements. So let's get into the intro of the show, and then we'll get into the first part is the recap of this law. Welcome to the 3BWaxing Show. Welcome to the 3BWaxing Show. And so you remember, well, welcome to the 3BWaxing Show. I am Becca, your pro waxer and skin therapist since 2010. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, and ingrowns through full body waxing, chemical peels, facials, and products. I have my own product line, which is my exfoliating pads that are good for the face and body and are chemical exfoliants. So they're great for sensitive skin. There's the fruit enzyme pads and then the acne and ingrown pads. So like I said earlier, fruit enzyme and then the acne and ingrown pads are sold out. If you click the link in the bio, the second button is the wait list for when they're back in stock. They've been sold and shipped to the US, all over the US, the UK, Canada, the UAE, and the Netherlands. Woo woo! I also help estheticians start their own product line, start their own salon suite, attract clients, and improve their waxing technique. Some things that qualify me: I've been the regional trainer for a large waxing franchise and the lead esthetician at a high-end gym in Newport Beach. I go live Wednesday through Friday with valuable information at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's information that, people charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for, and I do it for free. And if you want to know when I go live about waxing information, you can join the Wax Lounge. If you want to know when I go live about skincare and ingredient stuff like I'm going about today, you can join the lab. And then if you want to know when I go live about esthetician education and esthetician business, you can join the salon tea. And those, if you click the link in the bio on my Instagram at 3BWaxing, you will find those buttons and you can sign up. Okay, so recap of yesterday. They banned formaldehyde, parabens. How do you even say that? Phthalates. I didn't even try to. Mercury. So a lot of ingredients they banned. Well, Governor Gavin Newsom signed it on September 30th because these chemicals are linked to cancer, reproductive harm, birth defects, and endocrine disruption. One thing I want you to realize is that as an esthetician, I learned this stuff I really started learning about like parabens being harmful for you. And it wasn't so much that they were saying, oh, they're linked to cancer and reproductive harm. It was more for the results of the skin, but there were still studies being out there of like, oh, this could be linked to cancer and stuff. And that was in 2012. We're in 2020 and someone now is just signing, like California is the first state to just sign this law. So if you can tell, there's a 8-year period for me and we're kind of behind. So that's why I think once you know this information, you can start being on the guard. I don't say go and throw out everything in your bathroom that's parabens and all this stuff, but start being like, okay, I'm gonna use this up and I'm gonna do my research and start looking for other products that have quality ingredients. I mean, if you want to go and throw everything out and start all over, that's great, but I know that that's not always practical for people. And again, that's why I offer SkinScript, PCA, and then my products that are all clean, and I've done the research. And that's really one of the reasons why you're trusting an esthetician in general with your skin and stuff, because if you are going to a quality esthetician and, listening and they are doing continued education, then they'll know about this stuff for you and be offering you products and be doing things on your face that are good for you. So there's some value there. There's a lot of value with going to esthetician, but that's a really big one. especially an esthetician who is on top of things. Y'all know I'm on top of my education, but a lot of the reasons you know I am is because I give a lot of my information for free. So like I'll pay to get continued education and then give it to people who aren't my clients for free. But I do that because I really want people to, you know, make better decisions, and they may not go to an esthetician, but at least they're getting some good esthetician information. And then later on, my hope is that you want to work with me, or you just want, even if you are like, I now believe in going to an esthetician, or I now believe in looking at ingredients and choosing better ingredients for my skin. Because the whole goal is to have you looking feeling beautiful, confident, sexy in your skin and making it your reality. If you're on the lab list, I did send an email yesterday with the links to the articles about this. And so there is 24 that they banned, 24 ingredients. And I talked about, I saw this ingredient somewhere today, methylene glycol. I think I was looking online because I was like, I now want to see if people are, or if other products have these things. I saw that. Side note, I want to start my own product line. I'm a nurse and in school for esthetician. Yes, first of all, that is a great combo, to be a nurse and an esthetician. You can do a lot more than us as estheticians do. You can do the, what is that called? Where they draw the blood, the PP, maybe I'm missing the PPP, I think. Draw blood and then do the facial. Oh, so great, first of all. Secondly, there is 2 things you can do right now. So one, I do have the 10 steps to starting your own product line. That's the video class I was talking about earlier that my client used, the one who got the bar soaps out. That goes into the steps I did to create it. So in the beginning, I had an ebook, and the ebook went really well, and a lot of people were able to start the product line with it. But then I retired that ebook and then made it into a video, so it explains the steps. And then that's why I say where to start. Then I tell people to do that and then book your calls with me, because then you'll have your questions. And then I give a lot of information in that class where you can do a lot of stuff to get started. And then I help you along the way with calls. One of my big goals is, and this is going to be a while because I have to put in the time to do it and I have a lot of stuff going on, but I'm going to have 2 things that I'm going to add. But yeah, to answer your question, I would do the video class. You can click the link in the bio. It's in there. I don't know what button it is. And then I would say you can do Pick My Brain calls, and we can start working together. And we can do them weekly, monthly, whatever works for you. What was I saying? Oh, eventually I want to add 2 other services / products. Is I want to do like a library of my information, because not all of my videos go as replays. So I want to do like a library of my videos on starting your own product line, so that way it's like a membership. And then definitely will. I live in Orange County. Oh shoot, so you're close. Okay. So I'll probably see you in person at some point, because I feel like my estheticians who are in Orange County, I get more access to, and you kind of understand Orange County and stuff like that. I'm excited to get to know you. Ain't got no worries, Mendez. Yeah, I'm super excited. So that's one of the things I want to do, is a library where, people have membership and it has all this content. And then another thing I want to build is a full on course that's like very intensive, like school intensive, where it does it. But that's going to take a long time. So yeah, those are just my dream plans. But yeah, so we'll help you out. We'll get you started. Or I'll get you started. Okay, so yes, yesterday I talked about parabens. I really focused on parabens because if you are waxing, you shouldn't be using a lotion with parabens in it. You're just clogging up your skin with parabens that make it easier for you to get ingrowns. If you are getting facials or doing a skin routine, the same thing as well. You do not want to be having parabens in your products. They only mention 2, but there's a lot out there. And my personal opinion is that as studies come out and things come out, they're going to start putting more things on this list. Like, this is just the first state. Other countries have done this, but we are late to the game. And it could be because it makes so much money, it's cheap, but there are other preservative alternatives. So if you are, new to skincare or starting a routine or something like that, the reason for parabens is that it is a preservative. And like with anything, as time goes on, you learn more about it. So it wasn't terrible years ago because it had just come out. So I feel bad, like, being one of those people who demonizes parabens, but as you learn more and learn about better things, you do better. So that's one thing about parabens. The other thing on this this article that is about the new law is that they are going to be I was going to read it, but I think I just want to summarize it. Making companies say exactly what is in their fragrance section of their products. I don't know if that bugs anyone else, but I will look at ingredients and I'll be like, well, what the heck's the fragrance or the parfum? Like, what is that? It could be anything, really. So they're going to start requiring that. And the article said that it could be as effective as early as January 1st, 2021, where they have to say what's in their fragrance. I think this is going to be great. We'll get to know what's in things. Things are really moving in a good direction for the skincare industry as far as education. Even consumers are more educated these days. More people know about exfoliating. More people know about choosing better products. Drugstore companies or drugstore product brands have upped their game as well. A lot of them can do like, clean skincare, and you look at the ingredients and they're not so clean, but they're having to change as well and upgrade as well as the consumer gets smarter. And that's just another goal for the show, the 3BWaxing show, is to continue to educate you so you're just making better decisions for your skin and for your life, especially with them talking about it's causing cancer, birth defects, and all that stuff. Because, you could be with child and think you're doing everything that's best for your kid, and you're putting stuff on your skin and your belly and stuff that just is doing things that are harming you. And it's not like you're doing it on purpose because you don't know. So that is what's going on. Also, I really like this statement. It was just like, given that California is the 5th largest economy in the world. I didn't know that until I read this article. And often a trailblazer in products, chemical, and environmental regulations. These new laws will undoubtedly have a profound impact on the cosmetics and personal care products industry throughout the United States and beyond. So those of you who are not in Orange County or California, get ready, because you're going to have this stuff too. And this article is, again, the National Law Review, on the National Law Review. And the title is California Becomes First State to Ban 24 Ingredients from Cosmetics and Personal Care Products. And then the author, or the person who wrote it, the journalist or writer, I think there's something about her being a lawyer. Her name is Arameh. It's Arameh. Zagham. Zargham. O''Byle. So that's if you want to go check out that article on the National Law Review website. Okay. So, any questions about the article or any comments about that, drop them below. Now, let's get into the pads. What's not in the 3BWaxing exfoliating pads. So, this stuff that came out, yes, the law is new, but I've known about this stuff. My clients know about this stuff. If you've been watching the show, you are getting a good idea. You probably know about this stuff. If you're an esthetician, you know about this stuff. More than likely. The reason I've always been really conscious of ingredients and stuff for my clients. I retail Skin Script and PCA skin and 3BWaxing pads. I stand by Skin Script and PCA skincare because they are really good about ingredients that they put in their products, client education, really the ingredients and how it's formulated. Oh, and they're both originally created in Arizona. Shout out to my hometown, or my home state. But yeah, so ingredients have always been important to me. And when I created my first jar of pads for my clients, if you're new to me, you may have not heard the story, but I was looking for something that would exfoliate the skin, that had lactic glycolic acid in it, that also had a calming agent in it. And ingredients were important to me. Me talking with the lab and stuff, that was important. It's always been a big deal. So when I switched pads, it was important to me that everything was clean. Well, everything is. Everything always is. But it's important to know what's not in it. So, parabens. There are no parabens in my pads. I don't have the acne angle pads, but the fruit enzyme pads are here. That was gonna be like, okay, there's gonna be no parabens, because I do mostly waxing. And like I said, parabens clog the pores and can cause more ingrowns. So that was my big thing of not wanting parabens. But also there's research that it has caused cancer. And so, I decided I didn't want that in my products. Now, there are other preservatives that are good for the skin and stuff like that, and good for you personally. There are products out there, or there are preservatives out there, and I probably will do a video or a show about that. I don't know if I'll do it in November or if I will do it in another set when I talk about those. But I am going to do a show about that eventually. Yeah, so parabens. I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to tell you about parabens. I'm going to regroup or reset for those who just joined or are new to the show. Welcome to the 3BWaxing Show. Welcome to the 3BWaxing Show. And so you remember, welcome to the 3BWaxing Show. I am Becca, your pro waxer, skin therapist, and licensed esthetician since 2010. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, and ingrowns through full body waxing, chemical peels, facials, and products. My own product line, which we've been talking about, is the fruit enzyme pads and the acne ingrown pads that have been sold all over the US, the UK, Canada, the UAE, and the Netherlands. I also help estheticians start their own product line, start their own salon suite, attract clients, and improve their waxing technique. What makes me qualified? There's a lot of things that make me qualified. But I've been a licensed esthetician since high school. I've been the lead esthetician at a high-end gym and then the regional wax trainer at a well-known waxing franchise. You can stay connected with me by joining the Wax Lounge if you want to know about waxing. You can join the lab if you want to know about skincare ingredients and stuff like that. And then you can join Salon Tea if you want to know about starting your own product line or esthetician business. I do have services where I do pick my brain calls with estheticians, and then I do skin consultation calls with clients where I help them with their skin, help them with their products, help them with their routine. I did one recently where we just worked on skin routine. And then I do accountability calls with those skin consultations. Like if you need every week for me to make sure you're being on top of doing your skincare routine and then adjusting things as we see, I do that as well. And then I do wax with me calls where I teach you how to wax yourself at home. That's a lot, but I do a lot. So I can serve in different ways. Use my skills to do that. Boom. Okay. I don't remember what else I wanted to say about parabens, but I didn't want them in my pads, and they're not in the pads, and yeah. Formaldehyde is not in any of my products or Skin Script and PCA. Synthetic fragrances. And this goes along the line of what I was talking about from the article, how now companies have to say what's in their fragrances. There's nothing synthetic in my pads, synthetic fragrances, and also there is not essential oils. Now, essential oils are great. There's a lot of good things about them. If you've come in to get a facial from me, you have had essential oils on you. You've had the smell, the aroma. Even if you come in to get waxed, I do the diffuser of essential oils that, depending on, if I know who the client is and what they're going through, I can adjust it. But I do one that's like revitalizing, a mix that's gets you awake and stuff. And then you can do a mix that's relaxing. And then when I'm doing my facial, I ask what's going on with my clients to really customize the facial experience with essential oils. So I don't dislike essential oils, but sometimes, not everyone can do essential oils. Not everyone likes the smell. Not everyone does well, even though they're quote unquote natural. So my pads don't have that. So yeah, no synthetic fragrances and no essential oils. And this is something, the next one is something I didn't mention that is important to me. And it was important to me in the beginning when I started the exfoliating pads. Excuse me, sorry. When I started, one big thing I didn't want was alcohol in my pads. Now, I know not all alcohol is bad, right? There are some that are moisturizing. There's alcohols that do a lot of different things. I personally didn't want alcohol in my products. There are alcohols that help ingredients go into the skin better, but I just didn't want it. I felt like the salicylic acid was good, and I didn't want something else drying as far as an alcohol, and I was okay with that. So you will not find alcohol in these pads or in the acne and ingrown pads. Last one, actually, this is the last one that I have 2 more things I want to say. Is there's no harsh detergents in them. You probably wouldn't think that, but that is important for some. There's no harsh detergents. Now, not everyone cares about this, but there is a lot of people who care about this and they will not purchase products on it, is that my pads are not tested on animals. Which you always think about, like, what? I don't know if any of you guys feel sorry for rats or mice. And, like, I don't know if I feel sorry for them, but everything gets tested on them, right? So, like, I was looking at some study of how they're looking at type 1 diabetes in mice and how they can find a cure, and they give the mice diabetes. I'm like, that is kind of sad if you think about it. Like, dang, mice, what did they do? But yeah, the pads are not tested on animals. Another thing is they are cruelty free and vegan. To be honest with you, I do not know the difference. Like, my manufacturer let me know that the pads are not tested on animals and cruelty free and vegan, but I don't technically know the difference between those two. So if you want to share, let me know. But those are the attributes of the pads. Boom. Okay, that is all I got for you today. I don't know what tomorrow's show is going to be about. I want to keep the theme of talking about ingredients and pads, and be a little more consistent with this topic before we move on to a different topic. I am contemplating doing November will be about the pads exclusively, or skincare exclusively, with some topics about waxing, and then December be all about esthetician education, business, and stuff. So that's what I'm going towards when I'm doing my marketing plan. So if you want something specific, just let me know. But yeah, that's the show. So I will leave this up. I plan on uploading this to YouTube, so this will be one of the videos that will save, and you can have it for a replay. Again, if I go live tomorrow about something skincare related and ingredient, if I keep up what we're doing, which I think I will, then join the lab so you can know when I go live. And then on Tuesdays is when I do my skin consultation calls. So right now it starts at like 2:30 my time. And I've been getting a lot of people from the East Coast booking calls. If you book it, you can book it California time, or you can just do it your time and I'll reach out to you. But that's right now what I have. If none of those times work for you, message me and we can try to figure something out on that Tuesday. But I stick with Tuesdays only. So hope this was helpful to you. Have a good rest of your evening, and I will more than likely, the only reason I say more than likely see you tomorrow is because there is something I have to do tomorrow. So but more than likely see you tomorrow. So have a fabulous rest of your day.